Yo, what's up, my people? What's up? What's up? Good afternoon. What's up, family and friends? It is Wednesday, December 27th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him, all things is possible. This No Doug Zone episode is sponsored by Matchbout. Follow Matchbout, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Matchbout, the best sponsorship in the land. What's up, y'all? This morning I should have been on y'all, but I had a long day yesterday. And first of all, I want to say happy holidays to everybody. I know I said it before, but I want to say it again. Happy holidays to everyone. I hope everybody had a blessed Christmas. This year was better for me this year than it was last year. I had a lot of distractions and a lot of disturbance, but this year was a better year, and I was proud to get through it. Much better this year. Um, and what could I say? Checked out the movie yesterday with my wife. We went to go see The Color Purple and oh, Willy Wonka. We went to see that, which was that was super dope. A lot of singing in those movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really big on that. But I went to go check it anyway, which to me it was amazing, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every moment of it. So if you have not got a chance to see it, you might not want to because you're not into singing, then it's probably not going to be for you. Um, but for me, I enjoyed it, y'all. We have to go support the Color Purple, even though it don't replace. It does not replace the original Color Purple, but it's really not there to replace it. But it actually had an ending that I wasn't prepared for. It was a dope ending to it, and I for one enjoyed it. So yes, if you have not going to see that movie, what's your my apologies, y'all. I apologize. Yes, like I said, if you have not gone to see that movie, make it your business to do it. All right, so now you guys are probably wondering, right? Why am I up here talking about George Foreman, right? Big George, when Inouye just fought this past week, which was able to actually look at it. I was actually able to look at that fight with Inouye, which it was okay. Um, I'm not I'm not big on dude, so I'm not gonna be, how can I say it? I don't want to say a D rider, but I'm just not the guy who's going to be giving this guy all his praise until I see this guy come and fight in America. And some of y'all are gonna say, some of you fanboys are gonna say, well, why does he need to come and fight here? Same why every other fighter from here has to go over there to prove that they're um not scared or just show that they're not afraid to travel. I mean, if Devin Haney didn't go fight George Kambosos over there, what would you guys say? If he was forcing him to fight here, what would you say? So, I decided that Um, certain conversations are not irrelevant to me. Certain fighters are not really irrelevant to me, or at the time, it's not irrelevant because we have to start bringing back up our legends, which I don't think there's a problem with that. And when I think of Big George Foreman, George was, you know, I don't want to say intimidating, but intimidating guy um, who had a hard life. Before we could even get into boxing, if y'all remember, if y'all were watching me when I was on IG with his brother, Wade Foreman, and we were talking about that, the kind of life that he had and what he went through and how he got into boxing. The story is it's a great story to tell, and I'm thinking about watching the movie again, maybe today, because I only got to glance at it one time. But when you look at Big George, um, especially what he done in the ring, I mean, that man couldn't just he couldn't just hurt you. He could put you through some shit where physically and mentally you might not never, be the same. But George, to me, it was important to bring him up because I'm definitely a fan, not just so much because I know his brother, but I had been a fan. Uh, you know, watching him come back at 45 years old, defeating Michael Moore. Or before that, just seeing him come back and fighting guys like Evander Holyfield, Tommy Morrison, Shannon Briggs. Might have been guys after, but he fought a lot of guys. Rather if you agreed with his opponents or not. Of course, we didn't get to see him in there with Lennox Lewis. We didn't get to see him in there with a Riddick Bowe. We didn't get to see him in there with Mike Tyson. I think that was probably those three guys right there would probably been the main guys that I wanted to see him in there with. But other than that, I'm happy with the opponents that we have seen him in there with. George was a force to be reckoned with, and I was just glad to be able to be 11 years old and watching him become heavyweight champion again. I mean, let me tell you, because a lot of y'all, when y'all break down boxing, a lot of y'all want to be so perfect with your words and the way y'all break shit down, and that's all good. But me, I go off what I saw and how I feel, and to be 11 years old, because this was in '94, to be 11 years old and to see him do that. And I remember watching that fight. Like I told y'all, I didn't just start watching boxing. This was in '94. I was 11. So you do the math. Um, and seeing that happen was cool. Matter of fact, I take it further than that. I was probably about 8 when him and Evander Holyfield fought. I actually remember that at 8 years old, believe it or not. Now, I don't recall where I was. I knew I was not home. I don't recall where I was, but I remember seeing that. Definitely remember seeing that fight. And just seeing George just do what he did or do what he could do in those fights was amazing. Because at his age, at that time, George was probably like what? If he was 45, he was already about 40, 41 on his late 30s when he made a comeback. So to see him do that, um, usually at that age, when you get about 30, 35, they tell you it's over. Or you're coming to a point where it's like, all right, So for him to leave out the game 10 years to be an evangelist, which there's nothing wrong with that, and to come back in the sport and accomplish what he accomplished. Excuse me. That's something you won't see again. These guys today can't leave for no 10 years and come back. Some of them have a hard enough time taking a year or two off. So to take the time like that and to make a comeback, unheard of. Unheard of. And I appreciate it to being able to be around to see George's accomplishments. Like I said, even though I was a youngster, little boy, but it was a special time. See, I'm going off. I don't have to sit here and name everybody that George fought. I ain't got to break down what I like about the fight and what I seen him doing to the fight because if you know, you know. Everybody has to, and I mean, I'm not tripping off people breaking down, but everybody has to break it down, like just to prove how much they know about boxing. I mean, that's cool, but if you know, you know, and I don't have to go out of my way to do that. I mean, everything that I'm talking about is documented. It's all facts. None of this is made up. When I just sat there and told you the three people that George didn't fight, that wasn't something that was passed on to me. That's something I know for fact from seeing it, from watching boxing. Now, if somebody that don't know boxing that think they could fool somebody who been watching it will say, "Yeah, well, I thought him and Lennox Lewis did fight." No, they didn't. Well, weren't him and really both supposed to? I think at some point they were never a conversation about it, but I think there was it was something that probably would have happened. No, but I could have sworn him and Mike Tyson had a date. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Those were the three guys it didn't happen with for whatever reason. For whatever reason, it didn't matter though. But George was something special, and when I think about heavyweights, not just fighters, be heavyweights because, like I said, y'all giving these fighters today too much attention. I know that's what it's. Hey, well, why wouldn't we? But y'all giving a lot of these fighters too much damn attention, and it seems like we're taking away from our legends and our Hall of Famers, and there's nothing wrong with talking about them. I mean, y'all do what you want to do on your show, but when I was coming up, as I got older to remember, as I got old enough where I could remember where I was at these times when I seen him, and I was blessed to be able to see him in those little bit of fights in the '90s. And you got to remember, Foreman, Ali, Frazier was way before I thought about being born. So to see those three kings, Frazier was already retired. Ali was already, he had to be retired. He was going through what he was going through. But to see Foreman, that was a that was you can't even explain that. To be able to see George Foreman in the '90s when it wasn't even his era, really, if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Of course, you had Mike. You still had Buster Douglas, no matter what you felt about him, who upset Mike Tyson. You had Lennox Lewis. You had Razor Ruddock. You understand what I'm saying? You had Riddick Bowe. You had Michael Moore, Shannon Briggs. You had a few people. It was a whole new generation. Put it like that. So for Big George to come and be a part of that, and it's not like for those 10 years he would have been, because who knows if he'd have been able to come back if he didn't have those 10 years off. What if he would have went on for those 10 years? It's no telling if he'd have been able to carry on into the 90s. It's just something that you won't see again. But nobody talks about this. We all talk about the level of opponents, but does anybody realize that we will never see somebody take off 10 years? And oh, do you know why he took off the 10? I don't give a damn why he took off. We all know why he took off 10 years. If you don't know, then you don't know shit. Because if you're a boxing fan, you're gonna know why he took off. Now, a lot of us might have not known why he took it off in the beginning. I didn't know. But even before they came out with the movie, I knew already. Because the teller, what's that? The teller, the tape. You know where they talk about the fighters, the build up, and all that. I found all that out then, and that's way before a movie was thought of. I've been watching that for years. HBO showed it all the time. So the fact of the matter is of knowing why he took off, that's not even irrelevant. We all know that. What y'all don't realize is that won't happen again. You name another fighter. Don't tell me now, well, yeah, well, this guy took off 21 months, or this guy took that 21 months, 2 years, even 3 years is nothing to 10. Who do you know could take off in the NBA or the NFL for 10 years and come back? At 40 something. You think Jordan could have came? You think Jordan could have took 10 years out in the NBA and come back and win a championship at 45? Yeah, I know anything is possible, but do you think that would have happened? No. The only type of setup you're gonna get that around is wrestling. The Rock left. The Rock and leave wrestling. He left wrestling for 7 years. Now a lot of that is scripted. Scripted, right? Wasn't scripted for George to come back and win at 45. It was God's plan. It's a difference. Yeah, Michael, let him go out there and knock you out and let him win the championship. You're still young. You're 26. You got plenty of time and to win belts, but George is damn near 50, so just let him go in there and, you know what I mean? Two-piece you, let him piece you up real quick. No, it's not what happened. He had a game plan. They both had a game plan. Just that George's game plan worked. And that's not taking nothing away from Michael. Michael's one of my favorite heavyweights. Top 10. Straight up. No cap. But um George, hands down, one of the greatest heavyweights. Not just fighters, but one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. And we need to give our legends, our Hall of Famers, a little more of our time. Besides just getting on here arguing with these guys who don't do shit but go back and forth with social media. They playing games. We don't do that. We don't do that enough. And that kind of pisses me off. Because every time you turn around, it's the same conversations about the same people. What about these Hall of Famers who I feel like they should have a part in a lot of this boxing today, rather if it's judging or refereeing or commentating? Yeah, it's a few. It's a few you see that got commentating, yeah. But some of them was already they were already all right before they became commentators. Get it? That's all I'm saying. But Big George was definitely and even I find myself now too. I find myself a lot too going back and watching a lot of his videos. I do it all the time because, like I said, George came from a different era. He wasn't in the '80s and '90s era. He really was the era before that. So to see him come from the era he was from, take 10 years off, come back in when he fought Evander, 90, 91, 91, right? 90, I think it was April of 91, and just go on from there, end up becoming the heavyweight champion again at 45. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand something. I don't care what's going on in boxing today. I don't care what went on yesterday. I don't care what goes on 10 years from now. You, my friends, will never see that again. You won't see it again. It's impossible. And we know what the purpose was for him coming back. Yeah, we know we need the money. Okay, so what? When he came back, his level of opponents were crazy. It was crazy. Shout out to my man, the Hall of Famer, Big George Foreman, man. Shouts to him. George was definitely something amazing, and we have to give him his flowers. And like I said, not just give him his flowers, but give a lot of these other Hall of Famers their flowers, and they need to be spoke about, not just once in a blue moon, but they need to be spoken about. Period. Period. We're not going to do that, but then we find ourselves talking about a bunch of other fighters and what they got going on, their nonsense that they got going on. I don't get y'all. It doesn't hurt to take the time to stop and salute our legends. It don't take much to do that. Got to make it make sense, y'all. Then I start thinking about if George was around today, what would the heavyweight division be like? Some of y'all would be dog food. Even if you take that, even if you take that 1990 George, or you could take or better yet, you take the George from the '70s. Go ahead and take him. Take anyone you want, and I guarantee you'll still go down. George will be a force to be reckoned with if he was with the guys today. Tay Tay, what up, sis? What's popping? Long Island in the building. Yeah, yeah. Hey, happy holidays to you and your family too, Tay. Be safe out there in LA, man. Weather's gonna be crazy. Be safe out there. Hey Tay, if you in Stereo Garden January 20th, pull up, man. Strong Island Fight Night Series 4. Stereo Garden is going down January 20th, man. If y'all have not got your tickets, get your tickets. I'm trying to tell you, shout outs to my brother Christian Vasquez. I'll be live with him. I'll be live with him tomorrow. I know it's awful out there because we're about to fill it out here. I'm about to fill it out here. So yeah, get your tickets. Don't play no games. Trying to tell y'all, you ain't going to miss it. It's going to be a movie. You got some of the best amateurs in the city, from Long Island to Staten Island to Brooklyn to Queens to Bronx. We got every type of amateur coming from all over New York at one building. It's going to be great. Get y'all tickets, man. Strong Island Fight Night Series 4. If y'all not following my brother Christian Vasquez on Instagram, follow him on Instagram and follow him on Facebook. Christian Vasquez. Follow my brother, man. Shout outs to him. Long Island in the building, man. BC, what up? BC, what's up, my man? Happy holidays to you and the fam. I hope everything Gucci over there. So then I start thinking, what would the heavyweight division be like if George Foreman was in it? Can y'all imagine? Can y'all imagine what that card would have looked like Saturday, right? If George Foreman was there. He's dressed like Nito. BC, you stupid. Nah, I ain't need no man. I'm chilling, man. I'm in the house. I've been in the house all day. Yes, yes, Tay. Prime George was a monster. Take Prime George. Let's just say we take Prime George and put him against Anthony Joshua. That fight Saturday. How y'all think that would have went? Or put him up against anybody that was on that card. Anybody. Anybody. It's not gonna work. Oh, you just saying that because George is, man, listen, I'm being real with you. Yeah, the old George was scarier. Like, we could talk about the George who fought Ali and people want to judge him on that, but it didn't matter. Ali was the better man that night. Nobody ever said if Ali would be able to beat him again in a rematch because the rematch never happened. Nobody thought about that. We so quick to be like, yeah, Ali whooped his ass. Okay, that was in the first fight. Okay, he did. He was the better man that night. But who knows what would have happened if there would have been a rematch? Nobody talks about that though, because the rematch never happened, so it didn't matter. But the older George was scary. The George that stood there and took about 27 punches, I believe, while fighting Evander Holyfield, just stood there and just took punch. Who the hell wants to be in the ring with somebody who just takes 27 punches straight? And even though he was staggering, it didn't matter. This man, if that was anybody else, they would have died messing with Evander. They would have died. Yeah, Prime Ali, yeah. Ali was, he didn't want that. I'm gonna do something on him too. I got something coming with Ali. Yeah, please, y'all, please smash your like button on your way in and on your way out. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is where it goes down. That No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go. Um, so this is what I try to get people to see because you know Foreman was a very scary dude, and if he was around today, a lot of these fighters will be working at McDonald's, man. Let's just keep it 100. You wouldn't have made it with George. You just wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have made it with him. You talking about this man could crack ribs, bones, like he could do whatever. Shit, a prime Ken Norton would walk through these motherfuckers. Man, look, don't make me take it there. BC, don't make me take it there. Yeah, yeah. Ken Norton was definitely. I'm gonna get on something with him too. Yeah, he would be super ducked. He would be, yeah, he would be super ducked. Yeah, they would just age him. They would age him out, which it didn't matter because he ended up aging out anyway and still coming back and winning. But they would have definitely aged him out. Ali has one of the most beautiful jabs ever. Apollo Creed was the Ali. That jab, beautiful. Yeah, he was though. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a whole fact, Tay. He would be super. Yeah, you right, BC. He would be super ducked. Yeah, it wouldn't. It just wouldn't work, man. It wouldn't work because when you are a problem, right? And I don't mean a problem like you're just people can't do business with you, people can't talk to you. When you are a problem in the sport, man, and nobody wants you, man. That's what happens. Eventually, they'll try to age you out. You'll watch all your peers around you getting fights, but you ain't getting fights. You like, damn, how he getting a fight? He's not as good as me. How is he getting these fights, but I can't get no fights? Yeah, he was 45 when he beat Moore. Michael Moore was 26. He was old enough to be Michael Moore's father. And I was just talking about that, BC, before you came up. I remember being 11 years old and watching that fight, bro. I remember that. Like I told people, I ain't just start watching boxing. I remember when George fought Holyfield. I was about 8 years old. I remember watching that. I remember when he fought Shannon Briggs, Tommy Morrison. I remember these fights. There's only three people that I know for a fact he never fought. That was Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe. Well, of course he didn't. There was never no Buster Douglas. Buster was already done after Evander doing what he did to him, so he was done. But that was the three main fighters that I just named that people will want to see. Three main fighters. It never happened. You know what I'm saying? But if you take George and put him in the game today, a lot of y'all gonna be applying for a porter job, and that's no cap. It's no cap, man. I'm telling you. A lot of people didn't want that smoke with that. You think a lot of people didn't want smoke with Lennox Lewis or they didn't want it with Tyson. You really didn't want it with Foreman. You didn't want it with him. You didn't. But he wanted it with you. Flawless mentality. What's up, Dr. Mark? What's going on? Happy holidays to you and the family. Smash that like button, y'all, on your way in and on your way out, please. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for joining me. I know it's 2 days after Christmas and we're all still celebrating the holiday. So I appreciate y'all for coming through and rocking with me. Appreciate y'all so much. But yeah, George, he influenced a lot of guys and a lot of people that age wasn't nothing but a number. It made everybody feel like they could come back and do something. And a lot of people did. A lot of people did. But keep something in mind that, and I'm gonna keep saying it, nobody is going to be able to take a 10-year gap off like that and come back and fight. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what anybody say, man. You can never say never, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It'll be a miracle. It will be a miracle, but it's just not. So I was blessed to see that, as well as I was blessed to see a lot of other legends. Some of them I didn't like the way they left out the game, but I was blessed to see that. But we have to remember these guys, and there's nothing wrong with talking about the guys of today. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with talking about it. The only thing that's wrong with it is that none of it makes sense. Because the guys of today are too much stuck on the social media. Everybody's too much in each other's pockets. Everybody's keeps trying to, like, it just don't make any sense. I'm starting to lose interest in the fighters today. And that's not all of them, but some of them. And then we're so quick to argue with somebody about our pound for pound list because it doesn't look like what the other person's list should look like. Me, I'm probably going to do my own list. They usually don't throw heavyweights on the pound for pound list. I think I'm gonna start me a heavyweight pound for pound list, and I don't care what anybody say. You can't do that. I can do whatever I want. Whatever I want. The same way you guys throw a bunch of people that other people don't agree with on the pound for pound list because you're not saying why they should be on there. You're just throwing them on there because you're a fanboy. It's a lot of that. We need more conversations about our legends. Rather if rather if it's George Foreman, Jack Johnson, whoever, whoever you feel like it is. I don't care if the person took 10 losses. It's not about how many wins they got, how many losses. It's about showing respect to our legends. I'm no longer going to spend my time, especially not in 2024, arguing with the fighters today, arguing about the fighters today. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't care if they change their religion. I don't care if they whatever it is that they're doing. I'm not going to spend no more time doing it. If they're not fighting and they're not getting ready to fight, then the conversation is relevant trash. Because then, what are we talking about? Because we spend too much time trying to make sense out of something that don't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Yo, what did he make of his last pay-per-view? What did the door do? What did this do? How much did they get at the fruit stand? Like, who cares? Makes no sense. So when I bring up these legends, it's for a reason. Sometimes you have to go into a different direction from everybody. Well, that's not the story. Why talk about this guy and this fight is coming up this week, or we just had this fight. Look, that's all good. Give me something interesting to talk about, and I might just. The fight that just happened this past week, I'm not impressed. What are we supposed to do? Go another 2, 3 weeks talking about that? I'm not impressed. So in the new year, I'm not going to go out of my way to be a part of those long ass, what y'all want to call debatable conversations about guys that no matter how much we bring them up, nobody can make the fight but them. So why the hell should we go out our way dragging conversations about these fighters today if they're not willing to fight each other, or somebody in their if promotion is getting in the way of network or whatever the case may be, or these guys really don't want to fight, because the fighters can really get the fight if they want to fight. So why are we going to keep going out of our way to argue with each other, to disrespect each other for what? Like that's going to get the fight made. It's not going to get the fight made. It's not. But y'all going to continue to do that because that's what you like doing. So please don't ever look at me and go, well, Everybody's talking about this fight coming up, or they talking about that. Why the hell is he talking about George Foreman? Why not? Why not? Somebody from that era might be still around and saying, yeah, man, I can give you stories about Big George. Okay, well, let's hear him. I can give you stories about a Kid Norton. Okay, well, let's hear it. A Sugar Ray. Okay, let's hit it. Hector Camacho. Let's hear it. Junior Jones. Let's hear it. A Zab Judah. Okay, let's hear it. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in no damn pound for pound. I'm not interested about who said something about what on Fight Hype. Yo, you heard you did you hear this? This was listen. It's too much. It's too much. It's not even he say she say. It's he said. He said that he said that. Y'all running around here acting like a bunch of third graders. Well, you know, I was watching this and he said that about him. And okay, and they saying everything but let's fight. In the words of Bill Haney and Devin Haney, they're saying everything but let's fight. I'm not interested in what somebody said something about somebody on this channel or this. There's cameras around. People are always gonna be extra when there's cameras around because a fighter will say something and then go back and say they don't remember saying it or they try to change up what they said because they know it's already out there to the public now. So when I bring up these legends, it's for a reason, man. Some of us need to take our mind off or take our mind away from what's happening right now a little bit. Give me a second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I had a phone call come through. So we need to switch up what we do. But you know what? Everybody can do what they do. I'm not in a position to tell people what they can do on here because I don't want people telling me what I do. But I don't want it to where, you know, we spend the whole another new year coming in doing the same shit. We don't need that. But a lot of y'all are gonna do it because controversy sells. And if that's the way for you to get your subscribers up, get your viewers up, then you do what works for you. Do what works for you. That's cool. Do whatever works for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. But me, that's not why I got into this. I didn't get into this for that. I got into it because I love it. I love it. And I love that we all can come together and we all can be able to talk boxing together. Everybody can come to everybody's channel if it's possible and say, let's get together. That shit crazy. I don't understand y'all. Some of y'all are just, you're bugged out. You're bugged out. And I just don't get it. I don't get it with y'all, man. Some people are just not going to make it through these. No, they not, Dr. Monk. They not, and it messes me up to see it. It messes me up to see it because I say in my mind, you should be able to hit a brother up from another channel or this and say, yo, let's all come together, let's do something, and then let's remix it up. Let's show them that, you know what I mean? We want the fight. We want this. We want that. We all got to come together and let's do it. We all don't have to agree. Yeah, we're going to disagree because we don't want to make it seem like, well, I'm going to agree with you, just agree with you to show people we can get along. No, some people are not going to agree with me, and that's okay. You don't have to. You're not going to change the way I think. That's what you're not going to do. But you can agree with me. I'm not going to get mad because you don't agree with me. It's when you're trying to make me think like you is when I get pissed. You can't do it with me. You're going to lose that, hands down. But in no shape or form it should ever be where it's so much chaos. We're so much into these fighters' pockets and worrying about what they get for pay-per-views and what they get at the gate and this and that. You worrying about that? These fighters are living good. Some of them are millionaires. Some of them are on their way to being millionaires. I don't get it. But I guess it's me. Controversy sells, right? I don't like controversy, right? Cool. Josh Sanders, what's up, my guy? So I guess I'll be the last one in line on these YouTube streets. I'll be the last one to get my subscribers up. I guess I'll be the last one to get viewers because I guess I don't get it. Or maybe I'm not willing to do what everybody else is doing. Or maybe y'all just look at me like he's a guy that don't know shit, and that's okay. Everybody is not for everybody. This podcast right here might not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm all right with that because what God has planned for you, no man can come in between that. No man can come in between what God has planned for you. I'm not here to preach, y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all because I know for a fact in 2024 this is gonna happen. Some of y'all are gonna bring that same stupid ass behavior in the new year that you probably been bringing in for the last 4 or 5 New Years. It would never learn. And then got the audacity to want somebody to be a part of your buffoonery. Some of y'all are lost in the sauce. Lost. And I've been telling y'all that the whole 2023, and I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. You're lost. It's sad. But I get it. Do whatever you gotta do. Listen, everybody gotta do what makes them feel good. Do what makes you feel good. No, we're not gonna include him on it. Why should we include him on it? Yeah, he all right, but uh all right, cool, whatever. I don't care. Hey, check this out. Didn't none of y'all make no duck zone? You just participated in it. I made it. And I also appreciate everybody who's been rocking with me. Trust me, when I tell you I appreciate it from the heart. I tell my wife all the time, man, I love everybody that come through and rock with me, man. Because I'm a guy who don't bother nobody. I bother nobody. You know why I don't bother nobody? Because I don't want nobody bothering me. Because once you start bothering me, you got a problem. I'm a problem, and that's not something you want to deal with. Because I'm a problem that's just not going to go away. But it's not about that. We're trying to avoid the ignorance of that. This is YouTube. You have 1 million people across the world that watches us, ladies and gentlemen. They watch us. Our kids watch us. Our grandkids watch us. They watch us. And they watch the behavior of a bunch of grown idiots. So when somebody looks and goes, talking about George Foreman. Well, you know what? Let me come up there because I might want to see that, man. Yeah, George was my guy versus me coming up here and having the same 3 fighters. Why should I have that title up here when there's probably 10 other channels that got that same title? Why? Y'all don't even have enough common sense to say, let me talk about something different that's going to get people to run over here. Because now when somebody in the streets puts that person on and go subscribe to my man's channel, and they go do that. Damn, he talking about the same thing that the other channels was talking about. Yeah, your man channel, he cool, he Gucci, but I don't know. No, when you're telling somebody to subscribe to your channel, what are you telling them to subscribe to? What? You don't even know. What are you telling them to subscribe to? Don't worry, I'll wait. Everybody don't talk at the same time. You can't tell me. You can't. And it don't make any sense. When I tell you to subscribe to me, I'm telling you to subscribe to my channel, not just because I need subs or I need views. I want people to be able to come over to a channel where the truth is going to be spoken, where you can feel good, you can laugh and joke, and people can actually come up here and speak, and I can sit back and just let everybody get their shit off. And I can sit back just like this. Rather if I agree with what you're saying or not, I'll sit back like this and I let everybody talk. I'm not the guy that be like, this is my channel and y'all gotta shut up and listen. Nah, I'm just not gonna be the dude to do that. I will take 5 subscribers over 1,000 any day. Yeah, yeah. Facts, Josh. That's a whole fact. So I know why I tell people to subscribe to me. What's your reason? Yeah, because I know boxing and people that, man, that don't mean shit. I don't tell people to subscribe to no damn channel because I know boxing. Because I know enough to hold the conversation with you, but I'm still learning. No, I tell people to subscribe to coming over here having some fun. Come subscribe to the good life. That's what I'm telling people to subscribe to. Come subscribe to the good life. You're going to have a good time over here. We're going to laugh and we're going to joke. That's what I'm telling people to subscribe to. Y'all got to make the shit make sense, bro. See, I don't have to come on here and talk about George Foreman for 2 hours or an hour or 3 hours just to show how much I know about his life or how much I know about boxing. I ain't got to do all that. Some of y'all are going out your way to prove shit that y'all ain't got to prove. Because you're so worried about what somebody gonna say about you. Well, listen, he only spoke about him for 25 or 30 minutes, so that means he don't know shit. All he was doing was recycling a bunch of shit that was already been said about him. I mean, I don't care what you say. Huh? Like, come on, man. Make it make sense, man. Y'all don't make any sense. Y'all really don't. I'm never going out of my way to prove nothing to nobody. Never gonna do it. So I don't care if I do a video for 30 minutes or if I do one for 2 hours. I'm gonna say what I need to say. Respectfully, I let whoever's up here, I let people in the comment section, I let them speak their mind. Because you can't ask for subscribers, and then when your subscribers come over, you treat your subscribers like shit. Because they don't have to come over here to support you. Now, if they're being disrespectful or they're doing too much, then they got to be checked. But other than that, you got to just let people look, y'all. It's very simple. I ain't come on here to preach. I'm just the guy I'm not going to spend my time arguing and making videos about some shit that don't make sense. Because sometimes the proof is right there in the pudding, and we still try to go out of our way to add more pudding in the fucking bowl when there's enough in there already. It's enough. So of course there's going to be a lot of videos you're going to see me do where I'm going to have a lot of Hall of Famers I'm going to talk about. Sometimes it's going to be amateur boxing. One thing I'm not going to do is keep entertaining the shit that everybody else is already entertaining. I'm just not gonna do it. Jeff Spark, what's up? Queens in the building. Yes, yes, again. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Jeff. You understand what I'm saying? It makes no sense, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. I don't tell nobody how to run their channel. I can't tell nobody how to run their life. I would never do it. But do y'all realize we all in the same field? We all are in these YouTube streets together. All of us. Nobody's better than nobody. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. Nobody's better than nobody. I don't give a damn who you are. And if you've been on here 10 years, I could care less. Nobody is better than nobody because at some point we all had to come behind somebody and figure out how this game works. Just like somebody's trying to come behind me right now and figure out how to do this. And I want to be able to help that brother, whoever he is. That's why I ask people, well, I want to start my own channel. Why? Why you want to start your own channel? Because there's enough confusion out here as it is. Some of y'all are just dying for attention, man. Y'all love being in front of the camera, man. Knowing damn well when that camera go off, you going back to being a softie. Because you're not like that in real life. I don't get it. But some people, they eat off this, and that's cool. But that's not the main reason for doing this. It's because you eating off this. You love it. It's a passion. It's a hobby. I love it. And I will continue to do it until I can't do it anymore. Until the Lord tells me, that's it. You've done what you can do. Now it's time to let it go. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm sick of it, Josh. I'm just sick of it. I don't go and worry about what other people do, but it just makes me sick. Because people, you tell people to come subscribe to your channel, but then when they hear what goes on in these YouTube streets, a lot of people go, man, you YouTube guys, I don't like coming to watch y'all, man, because a lot of y'all are biased as hell, and a lot of y'all don't know what you're talking about. Or when I go click in, y'all all talking and arguing over each other. Can you get mad with them? Can you get mad with them? The shit just don't make any sense to me. So pardon me if I don't talk about a Devin all the time. I won't talk about his Tank. I won't talk about his Shakur all the time. Hey, pardon me. Just pardon me. Because the last time I checked, they weren't the only damn 3 fighters on earth the last time I checked. If they were the only 3 fighters on the planet, we wouldn't have no choice. But y'all act like they the only damn 3 fighters on the planet. Once again, I don't tell people how to run their channel, dog. I'm not in no position. But sometimes we got to make it interesting. Talking about the same thing does not make something interesting. Because we're not doing nothing but saying the same damn thing every time it comes to the fighters. So that's why I don't stress about what conversations I'm going to have. What's going to be a topic? Damn, man, they talked about this. Maybe you could talk about the same thing, but you could put it in your own words. No. No, for what? All y'all doing is week after week, day after day, arguing about some shit that don't make sense. Especially when the proof is right there. It's right there. But y'all gonna go out y'all way to make an argument about every goddamn thing y'all can make an argument over. Nobody had the sense to say, you know what? At some point, let's all come together. Yeah, I see 3 people dropped off. Yeah, some of y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying, and it's okay. It's okay. That's what comes with it. It's okay. The truth hurts. I know it does. The truth hurts. It's all right. I know the truth hurts. Go over there and tell somebody he's over here talking about what goes on in these channels. He's disrespecting y'all. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because whatever I'm saying on here, I can say it in person. Oh, well, McLean, what would you like for us to talk about on your channel? Man, I don't give a fuck what y'all talk about in the channels. But what I would like to stop seeing is everybody just thinking it's okay to disrespect. I'm here. This is what separate the real from the fake. So when people see people drop out, yeah, it's cool. I don't want to hear what he talking about. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear some controversy. Cool, cool. Controversies with sales. Okay, if that's gonna get you a Cash App, if it's gonna get you a PayPal, if it's gonna get you Zelle, it's gonna get you money. Cool, cool. Do what works for you. But keep this in your mind. I want you to carry this with you in 2024. And as long as you stay on social media, carry this with you. How long do you think that behavior is going to carry you? Because I know in 2024, nothing is going to surprise me. Nothing. Stuff surprised me this year. But I know next year, nothing is going to surprise me. Because, Josh, I tell you why. Nobody wants to hear that. They don't want to hear that, Josh. If you're not on here talking about their favorite fighter, they don't want to hear that. When you speak real, it's a problem. Let me tell you something, man. I don't care nothing about controversy. I don't give a goddamn if I don't have 500 subscribers or 1,000. I don't care about not having 100 likes. It's okay, bro. It's okay because God got a plan for me. And it's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's something that I accept. And I don't expect to be everybody's cup of tea. Because when I started this, nobody was with me but my wife. My wife was with me when I started this. And once again, I appreciate everybody who come rock with me, man. I never say I don't. I love every single last person that come through and rock with me. Everybody I got in my Facebook group, I love everybody, man. Straight up. Everybody. No cap. I'm just a man who separates himself from the bullshit. You can't get me to be a part of bullshit. I'm a grown ass man. I'll be 41 years old. You can't get me to be a part of bullshit. If you try that with me in 2024, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. Well, what does all this got to do with you talking about George Foreman? Hey, I said what I needed to say. It's not just about George. It's about us speaking about our legends. It's nothing wrong with bringing that up. That's what everything that I'm talking about has to do with it. Now I'm pointing out the behavior of you so-called grown men. Change. Yeah. Facts. Facts, Josh. That's what it's about. In 2024, don't try me because you won't be successful at it. You won't be. Because I have a bigger plan for my life. I have a bigger plan for No Duck Zone. What you see now is just the beginning. I have a bigger plan. See, because No Duck Zone is not just my brand. No Duck Zone is about to be a company. It's not just something for YouTube. It's bigger than that. You don't have to believe in my vision. Long as I do, I will be successful at what I'm doing. It's a lot of people who don't believe in what I do, but it's okay though. Yeah, don't even come over here. I promise you, BC, they're gonna get smashed if they do. They're gonna get smashed and they're gonna get disappointed if they do. Because I'm not gonna play that. The behavior that I saw this year for some of y'all was disgusting. It was enough to make me throw up. And I'm not gonna have it in 2024. Yeah, well, what's wrong with you, McLean? Did somebody piss you off? Nope, nobody pissed me off. I'm just not gonna wait till New Year's to get this shit off my chest. That's why it's being brought up now. Because I know everybody's gonna do their lives on New Year's Eve. Shouts to y'all. I might do one early that day. I might not. It all depends. But I'm getting a lot of that off my chest now. Don't do it. We should have been trying to come together, right, and build. That would have been a smart thing to do. Let's come together and let's build. But y'all don't want to do it. Y'all don't want to do it. Y'all don't want to do it. And it's cool. It's cool. It's cool that y'all do what works for you. But just keep this in your mind, like I said, going into the new year. How long do you think you'll be able to carry that behavior? How long? How long? If you're trying to get endorsements, you're trying to get sponsors, how? And why would anybody who's sponsoring somebody or anybody who wants to endorse you, why would any company or any brand do any business with people who come on YouTube and act ignorant? And then the first thing y'all say is, well, I don't care about endorsements. I don't care about sponsorships. You are 1,000% ignorant, and you're the people that I would never have a conversation with. Because if you don't care about endorsements, something that could help you sponsor something that could change your life, it could possibly change your life. Change your life, dog. Not for one day, not for 1 week. That could probably change the rest of your life. It opens all type of new doors for you. To take you to places that you ain't never been before. And you gonna dare look somebody in the eye and tell them that you don't care, so it's just all about being on social media and acting an ass? That's what you do this for? Because maybe you the kid that didn't get enough attention from mommy and daddy when you were young? So you think I will miss an opportunity from getting sponsors and getting endorsement to entertain you morons? Okay, okay. Absolutely not. That's important. That's something that could change your life, dog. I don't have to break down how it'll change your life. Having an endorsement or sponsorship can change your life, dog. Open all kind of doors, take you to places, man. Being in boxing is that's already a plus. I don't care if you ever fought before or not. Just covering boxing. Rather if it's amateur or if it's pro, can get you places. But y'all don't care about that. Forget all the positive shit, right? That don't, who cares about that? That's nothing. Nobody cares about that because controversy sells. If me and you get on here like idiots and we're black men and we're on here arguing, going back and forth with each other, people are going to tune in for that. Hey, look, they over there beefing. Let's go over there and smash that like button. That's what y'all like. Y'all see a strong woman who speaks up for herself. Y'all don't like that. So y'all go out of your way to down talk her. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to do no name dropping. Some of y'all are just, you can never talk, some of y'all can never talk business with me. I don't care who you're married to. I don't care what circles you sat at. I don't care what table you ate at. Just watching some of y'all behavior, y'all can never talk business to me. Can't do it. I don't care who you are and what you do for a living. If you're carrying the behavior of somebody ignorant, you can never talk business to me. I don't care what you do. Take it how you want to take it. Take it how you want to take it. I don't even know how some of y'all even got through the YouTube streets. I don't know how. I don't get it. But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know? I don't know shit. All I do is like to just sit and talk boxing, something that I grew up watching, something that eventually could change my life. Yeah, they did. Something that could change my life. When somebody comes to me and goes, McLean, we would love to work with you, do a sponsorship. We'd like to give you some endorsements. Something I know that could change my wife life. It could change my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? My kids. God forbid something happened to me and I'm no longer here. That could take care of them for the rest of their life. That's shit that I think about. Yeah, start mess with anybody that'll listen to them. That's a bunch of cowards who got picked on and bullied when they was in school. Cause you ain't thinking about that. You ain't thinking about that. He said my granddaughters are bad, shaking my head. Yeah, man, but hey, listen, it's all good though. You know, kids be kids. That's what I think about, y'all. When I take the time and I'm on these YouTube streets and I'm out here making moves, every time when I'm in the gym posting, every time I go to a boxing event, I'm thinking about changing my life. This right here that I'm doing is going to change my life. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to change my life. I know you do, BC. I love mine too. They little badasses, but I love them. But we have to start thinking a little better. We got to have a better mindset than what we got. Yes, we know controversy sells, but unless you work in Hollywood, that shit don't mean nothing. Some of y'all act like y'all movie directors out here with all this controversy, man. Y'all ain't that. Y'all think that's supposed to get you somewhere? We're gonna keep going out our way to just keep disrespecting somebody until we see that person in person and the energy is not the same. So that's what we doing. I don't care what nobody ever says about me. I don't care. You guys can go in 2024 and spread 200 rumors about me. Go ahead, do whatever makes you feel better. But I guarantee you, what you will not be able to stop doing, you will not be able to stop No Duck Zone from being successful. You can't do it. You can't do it. What God has planned for you, no man can come in between. And if you think that I'm lying, just go ahead and try. You're not going to stress myself. You're not going to stress me out. You're going to stress yourself out trying to stress me out. It's not going to happen. That's why I look the way I look going on 41 versus looking like I'm going on 60. You can't do it. You can't do it. Hey, if you can get me to leave here and never do no ducks on again, you a bad mother. If you can just take all my subscribers and get people to just go, hey, don't rock with them no more, and everybody leaves, then I already know who was down with me and who was down with me and who wasn't. And that's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, dog. I'm just not. Can't break what you ain't built. Exactly. Yeah, if that's a fact, Josh. They can't. Can't. All I'm saying is we got to make this. We got to do better, y'all. As a community, as the YouTube community, we have to do better. And if you don't want to do better, then you somebody that I hope I never cross paths with. Because there's nothing you could tell me about nothing. I don't care what you've been through. You can't tell me nothing. Not one thing. But I could tell you something. Stay out of my direction. Because in 2024, I'm all about positivity. If you're not about that, stay away from me. Family, friends, whoever, no exceptions. Everybody get the same treatment. There's no, oh, you got certain people. No, no, no. Everybody gets that same treatment. I ain't never been afraid to block people and dismiss them. I've never been afraid to do it. And I never will be afraid to do it. I don't care who you are. It's just as easy as taking candy from a baby. So when I tell people to subscribe to me, I'm telling them why to subscribe to me, not just because I talk boxing, because everything don't have to be boxing on here. If some of y'all follow me on Instagram, you seen the videos I've done over there. It's no different from over here. Suicide, depression, bullying, how we need to invest, how some of us need to have patience. We can have any type of conversation that you want to have. That's what I'm telling people to subscribe to. And when they subscribe to me, I expect them to see what I am talking about, why I gave them a reason to subscribe to me versus me being on here and acting an ass. We can all laugh and joke. We can, hey, you post, you can't be serious 24/7. Nobody wants to go watch somebody and they serious all the time. You gotta get some type of laugh. That's why I want to say shout out to my brother D Free. I love him. Because when he's on here, you're gonna get a good laugh. All the time. All the time. And then we got our moments where it's like, okay, this is a serious conversation. We might be able to help somebody. My job is to make people day just a little better, no matter how bad they're feeling. I think there's enough channels in here where everybody's talking about boxing. It's enough channels, and that's cool. It's got to be that one channel where people could come to and go, you know what? This was the channel I've been looking for. Hey, they're talking about suicide. Today, I feel like today's going to be my last day. Well, this is what we're talking about. To let you know you're not alone. God got a plan for you. Allah has a plan for you. Buddha has a plan for you. Whoever your God is that you pray to has a plan for you. That's what we do over here. I've been doing it. I will continue to do it. If it's not for you, hey, player, it's not for you. I'm sure I won't be the only one live. You want to hear some boxing? You want to hear about your favorite fighters? Then there's some other people that's out there talking about it. Go find them. But over here, No Duck Zone is the home of real conversations, not just boxing. I know y'all hear me do that for Monday. That's what I choose to do. But No Duck Zone is the home of real conversations. Don't get that shit twisted with boxing. Because you'll have somebody come and tell you, well, I thought this was a podcast for boxing. Nobody told you to think. I'm telling you what it is. It's the home of real conversations, not controversy, but conversations. If you don't want to be a part of that, that's cool. Leave and don't ever come back because you'll be blocked. It's that simple. It's that simple, y'all. I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I didn't plan on being on there too long. I wanted to come up here and give the legend, the Hall of Famer, Big George Foreman, his flowers. I didn't want to really sit here and go through every fight he had or what he did in this fight and that fight. You know, man, and I didn't mean to get off topic, but I really didn't get off topic because what I'm basically saying is we need to talk about these legends just a little more. Just a little more. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt to talk about these legends. Just to what? It's not gonna cause any controversy because it probably will because y'all make controversy out of every damn thing. Rather if a fighter's retired or rather if they still fighting because controversy sells. Well, in your world, it sells. Doesn't sell in my world. I'm not impressed because if we're gonna have any controversies about anything or any debates, let's debate about what's really going on in this world. How if we don't get our acts together, we're not gonna have much of a world to live in. We're not gonna have much of a world to live in. I'm just saying, in case somebody didn't drop that in front of your door, we're not gonna have much of a world to live in. So we have to get it together, folks. So you could expect to see me have more of these conversations about Big George. Well, excuse me, not Big George, but other Hall of Fame fighters. I did Miguel Cotto the other day. You're gonna see me mix it up. Might be Shane Mosley one time. It might be Joe Frazier. It might be Ken Norton. Jack Dempsey. Who knows? Hector Camacho. It's not gonna be in order. So you're gonna see me do that. Okay, we can do that. We can do that next. We can do that next, hey, Josh. If that's what you want me to do, buddy, no problem. No problem. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do Marvin Hagler. All right. I'll set up. I don't know if that'll be tomorrow. I got somewhere I'm going tomorrow, which I'm gonna. You guys can join me tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow afternoon. Shout out to my brother Christian Vasquez. Um, if you have not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him. Excuse me. Go follow my brother Christian Vasquez on Facebook, on Instagram. I promise y'all, you will not be disappointed. DP Rocker, what's up, my brother? And y'all smash that like button on your way in, man. Um, so yeah, Marvin Hagler, I'll pick I'll pick a day that I'll do it with Marvin Hagler. If not tomorrow, Josh, then maybe well, tomorrow's Thursday. If not tomorrow, then Friday. You know what? Maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe tomorrow morning, Josh. Maybe tomorrow morning. That's what I'll do. Tomorrow morning, we'll get into it with Marvin Hagler. Yo, Josh, you gotta come up here and rock. You gotta rock with me one day. You gotta. I ain't heard you talk. You gotta come up here and rock. You do. You too, be DP. Yeah, you too, DP. DP Rocky. You gotta come up here, man. Word up. We're gonna get into it with, with Marvin Hagler, man. We gotta get into that. That's gonna be a dope chop up because we know Marvin was a different dude. Different dude. Yeah, you gotta come up here and rock with me, man. For real, man. That'd be dope to see you up here. Yeah, yeah, deal. DP, y'all gotta come up here, man. Y'all really gotta do, man. Like I said, we gotta get back and talking to our legends, man. We can't be out here arguing over all these silly ass Instagram ass fighters, man. No disrespect, you know what I mean? Twitter and all that. I'm just not wasting no time with that in 2024. Only time my time will be given to them is when I actually see them get ready to fight. Then okay, let's talk about it. But if they ain't gonna fight, makes no sense. Probably be one of them. Yeah, you could be on my morning show. Just holler at me, DP. I got you, man. You and Josh come up and rock with me. I got to get some other TWT family up here, man. Y'all come up here and rock with me, man. We'll definitely do it. But I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be good. Appreciate it. Like I said, appreciate the support from everybody. And just think about what I said though, y'all. What I said, this is real. Everybody needs to take the time to think about it. For anybody who's getting the channel and think about getting the channel, think about what it is you want to do. Think about what it really is that you want to do before you be quick to come and get a channel and tell everybody to sub to your channel. Think about what you want people to sub to. Because what you're asking people to sub to is what they expect when they come to your channel. It's that simple, y'all. Peace and blessings, man. I love all y'all, man. I will be live tomorrow afternoon with my brother Christian Vasquez. The Road to Strong Island Fight Night Series 4 going down January 20th. So I will be with the best amateurs in New York City tomorrow. You can catch me. I will be setting up the live for it, so you know y'all see it when it happens. All right, stay away from the goofies. You already know, DP. I got your number, big bro. You know, I'm getting ready to call you. I'm gonna call you. All right, yo. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.